January 8, 2024, 2:34 a.m. Avdiivka sector, eastern Ukraine. A Ukrainian soldier sits in muddy trench, 1.5 meters deep, reinforced with sandbags. Overhead cover, corrugated metal and logs. Standard World War I defensive position, except for thermal optic on his rifle, and the tablet showing FPV drone feeds, and the sound of quadcopter motors approaching from darkness. Russian FPV kamikaze drone descends. Operator sees trench through night vision camera. Guides drone into opening. Soldier hears buzzing. 2 seconds warning. Scrambles away. Drone detonates. Grenade explosion in confined space. Soldier survives. Wounded. Bleeding. Calling for medic. But medic is 40 meters away in different trench section. And another drone is already approaching. This is Trench Warfare 2.0, where WWI tactics meet 21st century technology, where soldiers live in mud like their great-grandfathers did in 1916, but die from drones their great-grandfathers couldn't imagine, where the fundamental nature of warfare hasn't changed, men hiding in holes, but the methods of killing them have evolved catastrophically. This is Military Report. And what's happening in Ukrainian trenches isn't just historical callback. It's proof that warfare evolution isn't linear. Technology advances. Tactics regress. The most modern war of the 21st century looks like the most brutal war of the 20th century. Except now, the artillery that pins you down is guided by satellite. The enemy who storms your trench sees you through thermal optics. And the grenade that kills you is delivered by $500 racing drone. The question isn't whether modern trench warfare is more lethal than WWI. It demonstrably is. The question is why, with all our technology, precision weapons, and tactical evolution, warfare has regressed to men living in muddy holes. And whether this represents temporary battlefield condition or permanent feature of modern high-intensity conflict between peer adversaries. Official Ukrainian statements about trench conditions, vague. Defensive operations continue. No admission that warfare has devolved to WWI-style static lines. No acknowledgement that soldiers live in conditions identical to Somme or Verdun. Too grim. Too demoralizing. Better to emphasize precision strikes and successful defenses than admit reality of existence in frozen mud. Russian statements. Similar evasion. Special military operation proceeds according to plan. No mention that their soldiers also live in trenches, also freeze in winter, also die from drones and artillery in holes they can't leave. Both sides pretend this is temporary. Both know it's not. Stay with me. Because the detail that explains why warfare regressed to WWI, why trenches and artillery dominate despite precision weapons and advanced technology, is going to show you that some military problems have no technological solutions. When defense is stronger than offense, when casualties from advancing are catastrophic, when neither side can break through, you dig in. Just like 1916. Except in 2024, the trenches have Wi-Fi. Let's establish what modern trench warfare actually looks like. The similarities. The differences. The horror. Physical conditions. Identical to WWI. Trenches 1.52 meters deep. Zigzag pattern to limit blast effects. Sandbag reinforcement. Overhead cover where possible. Drainage ditches always inadequate. Mud everywhere. Cold in winter. Wet always. Rats. Lice. Disease. Living conditions are medieval, despite smartphones in pockets. Defensive positions. Multi-line trenches. First line, observation and initial resistance. Second line, main defensive positions. Third line, reserves and support. Distance between lines, 50-200 meters. Connected by communication trenches. Fortified bunkers for command posts. Ammunition storage underground. Medical stations in deepest sections. Everything designed to survive artillery. Nothing designed for human comfort. Offensive operations. Similar to WWI. Artillery preparation. Infantry advance across no man's land. Assault on trench positions. Hand-to-hand fighting. Except now, attackers have body armor, night vision, and drone support. Defenders have automatic weapons, thermal optics, and their own drones. Result is same as WWI, massive casualties for minimal territorial gain. Attacks measured in meters, not kilometers. Success is capturing next trench line 100 meters forward. That's victory. But modern additions change lethality. FPV kamikaze drones, racing drones modified to carry grenades or small warheads, operator guides via video feed, can fly into trenches through windows under vehicles. Precision strike weapon costing $500, used by thousands. Changes defensive warfare completely. Can't hide in trench. Can't hide in bunker. Drones find you. Thermal optics. See through darkness. See through smoke. See body heat through thin walls. Attackers with thermal sights identify defenders before defenders see them. Nighttime used to favor defense. Now it's neutral. Technology eliminated darkness as protection. Changes everything about night operations. Precision artillery. GPS-guided shells. Drone-corrected fires. Real-time targeting. Artillery in WWI was area bombardment. Hope something in target zone gets hit. Modern artillery is precision. Drone spots target. Coordinates transmitted. Artillery fires. Shell lands on target. Not near it. On it. Makes counter-battery fire deadlier. Makes supply routes more dangerous. Makes command posts non-survivable if located. These technological additions make WWI warfare more lethal without changing fundamental dynamics. Defense still dominates. Advancing still catastrophic. Trenches still necessary. Just now, defenders die from drones in their holes, and attackers die from thermal-sighted machine guns crossing no man. Tactics are identical. January 8th. The assault. What soldier experienced in 2-minute drone attack? 2:30 a.m. Ukrainian soldier on watch. Night vision goggles. Thermal sight on rifle. Watching no man's land. Standard defensive duty. 4-hour shift. Cold. Tired. But alert. Has to be. Russian drones active at night. Can't hear them until they're close. Then 2. Late. 2:32 a.m. Hears motor sound. Quadcopter. Getting closer. Can't see it yet. Too dark. Drone is painted black. Hard to spot even with night vision. Sound is only warning. Soldier alert section. 4 men in this trench segment. All take cover. Duck under overhead protection. Wait. 2:33 a.m. Drone visible. 30 meters away. 10 meters altitude. Descending toward a trench. Operator knows layout. Has seen this position before on reconnaissance drones. Knows where openings are. Guides kamikaze drone toward gap in overhead cover. Ukrainian soldier tracks drone with rifle. Shoots. Misses. Drone is fast. Small target. Hard to hit even with thermal sight. Drone continues. 5 meters away. 3 meters. Soldier ducks. Yells warning. Drone enters trench through opening. 1 second later, detonation. Grenade warhead. Approximately 400 grams explosive. In confined space. Blast channeled by trench walls. Overpressure. Fragmentation. Soldier nearest opening takes most of blast. Body armor stops some fragments. Not all. Shrapnel through thigh. Arm. Face. Collapses. Bleeding heavily. 2:34 tourniquet on thigh. Pressure on arm wound. Call for medic. But medic is in different trench section. Can't move above ground. Snipers, artillery, more drones. Must travel through communication trench. Takes time. Wounded soldier bleeding. Might not make it. While they treat casualties, another drone approaches. They hear it. Can't leave wounded soldier. Can't engage drone effectively. Choose to shelter. Hope drone targets different position. It doesn't. Second drone. Same targeting. Flies toward same opening. Soldier shoots. Hits. Drone tumbles. Crashes. Doesn't detonate. Dude. Lucky. But third drone is coming. Russians send multiple. Saturate defenses. Someone will get through. Third drone. Soldiers shoot. Miss. Drone detonates. Different position. 20 meters away. Someone screams. More casualties. Same story. This continues all night. Every night. Dozens of drones. Multiple casualties per shift. No rest. No safety. Just wait for buzzing sound and hope you're not the target. This is modern trench warfare, where WWI defensive positions meet precision drone strikes, where cover from artillery doesn't protect from aerial attack, where the hole that saves you from shells becomes trap when drone flies in, where technology hasn't eliminated trenches, just made them death traps. Ukrainian adaptations, anti-drone nets, wire mesh over trench openings. Works sometimes. Drones crash into netting. Don't detonate. But nets are incomplete. Gaps exist. Drones find them. Electronic warfare. Jamming drone control frequencies. Works against some drones. Not all. Frequency hopping models bypass jamming. Small arms fire. Shoot drones before they reach trenches. Low success rate. Drones are fast, small, approaching at night. Russian adaptations. Similar problems. Ukrainian drones target Russian trenches identically. Same tactics. Same results. Both sides lose soldiers to drones nightly. Both sides struggle with countermeasures. Neither has effective solution. So casualties accumulate. Slowly, constantly. Death by drone becomes normal. Expected. Accepted. Artillery remains primary killer. Drones get attention because they're new. But artillery kills more. Statistics unclear, both sides classify casualties. But estimates suggest 60–70% of casualties from artillery, 10–15% from drones, rest from small arms, mines, other causes. Artillery dominance hasn't changed since WWI, just accuracy improved. Precision makes trenches more dangerous. In WWI, artillery bombardment was hours-long area saturation. Survive in deep enough hole. Modern artillery is minutes-long precision strike. Drone spots your position. Coordinates transmitted. 4 shells arrive. All within 5-meter radius of your bunker. Overhead protection better be solid or you're dead. Can't survive through randomness like WWI. Modern artillery doesn't miss. Now, strategic analysis. Why warfare regressed despite technological advancement? Defensive dominance. Technology favors defense. Anti-tank weapons destroy armored vehicles. Drones spot advancing infantry. Artillery strikes concentrations. Machine guns cover approaches. Mines block routes. Defending position with modern weapons is far easier than attacking it. This creates stalemate. Neither side can advance without catastrophic casualties, so neither advances. Lines stabilize. Trenches get dug. WWI repeats. Precision without mobility. Weapons are precise but not decisive. Can hit targets accurately but can't break defensive lines. Precision artillery destroys individual bunkers, not entire defensive systems. HIMARS hits ammunition depot. Doesn't collapse front. Technology improved lethality without improving breakthrough capability. Result, high casualties, minimal territorial change. Stalemate with precision weapons. Attrition acceptance. Both sides willing to accept casualties that would be politically unacceptable in Western democracies. Thousands dead monthly. Tens of thousands wounded. Operations continue. When casualties are acceptable, wars become attritional. Attritional wars become static. Static wars become trench warfare. If you're willing to trade lives for time, trenches are optimal. Horror is irrelevant if casualties are acceptable price for strategic goals. Technological parity. Neither side has decisive technological advantage. Both have drones. Both have precision artillery. Both have thermal optics. Both have electronic warfare. When technology is similar, advantage comes from terrain and preparation. Prepared defenses beat hasty attacks. So front lines stabilize. When lines stabilize, you dig in. When you dig in, you're in WWI. 3 questions from the beginning. Time to answer them. Why has warfare regressed to WWI trenches despite modern technology? Because defense is stronger than offense. Technology made defending easier without making attacking more effective. Precision weapons kill better, but don't enable breakthrough. When neither side can advance without unacceptable casualties, lines stabilize. When lines stabilize, trenches appear. Technology hasn't eliminated trenches, made them necessary by making open warfare suicidal. Is this temporary condition or permanent feature of modern war? Likely permanent for high-intensity peer conflicts. When adversaries have similar technology, defensive dominance creates stalemate. Stalemate creates trenches. This pattern repeats historically. WWI was an aberration. Its default state of peer warfare. WWI was aberration. Mechanized warfare worked because tactical surprise and operational mobility exceeded defensive technology. That window closed. Modern anti-tank weapons, drones, and precision fires restore defensive dominance. Back to trenches. Likely permanent until next breakthrough. What makes modern trench warfare more lethal than WWI? Everything. WWI artillery was area bombardment. Modern is precision. WWI had no drones. Modern has thousands. WWI darkness protected. Modern thermal optics eliminate that protection. WWI had bolt-action rifles. Modern has automatic weapons and guided anti-tank missiles. Every technological advancement increases lethality, but none eliminate trenches. Just make living in them more dangerous. The lesson from modern trench warfare is that technology doesn't solve fundamental military problems. When defense dominates offense, stalemate results. When stalemate results, trenches appear. This happened in WWI. Happening again now. Will happen in future peer conflicts. Technology changes how soldiers die. Doesn't change that they die in muddy holes waiting for artillery or drones. This is Military Report. We analyze the battles that define wars, and modern trench warfare defines current phase of Ukraine conflict. Both sides stuck, both bleeding, neither advancing. Technology hasn't ended this stalemate, enhanced it. Precision weapons make attacks more costly. Drones make defenses more lethal. Result is WWI with smartphones. Same trenches, same mud, same futility. Just higher body count. The soldier wounded by drone on January 8th survived. Evacuated. Treated. Recovered. Returned to different trench section month later. Same conditions. Same drones. Same dangers. Nothing changed. Nothing will change until one side develops technology that restores offensive advantage, or until one side runs out of soldiers willing to live in holes. Subscribe to Military Report, because in modern warfare, past isn't past. WWI tactics return because military fundamentals don't change. Defense dominates when technology is similar. Dominated in 1916, dominates in 2024. Soldiers die in trenches because trenches are only way to survive long enough to die from something else. That's grim reality of peer conflict. FPV drones, thermal optics, precision artillery, all layered onto WWI trench warfare. Result isn't progress. It's horror with better technology. Same trenches, same mud, same futility. Just now, with drones delivering death to holes artillery can't reach. If you think technological breakthrough will end trench stalemate, type Military Report in comments. If you think trenches are permanent until one side collapses, tell me why. Because that debate shapes how long this continues, and how many more die in holes that protect from everything except the next drone. Real battles, real tactics, real consequences. Stay informed.